ほら
プリンス今の俺は誰が相手でも負ける気がしない。
私だって役に立とうとしてやってることなんだから怒んないでよ。どうせこの後の展開なんていつものことでしょ。きっとあのランナーたちに私がひどい目に遭わされて泣かされるんでしょ。分かってるわよ。いつものことよ。じゃあ殺せなら殺せ。
狙撃紙一重だったな。
Yo, guys and gals, it's Tripl-L, and now let's talk about Suba, Episode 6, Season 2. Yeah, that's the numbers. Anyway, Suba, man. You know, first off, let's address two commenters from last video. One commenter who did me the favor and told me to get ready because I was gonna see something awesome. I am sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Apologies, I know there's a P in it. Anyway, not the point. Point here is, I did enjoy the beginning of this episode. And secondly, to Bat Knight, I don't think next episode, I don't think we're gonna see them mess things up. I think the 2 episode is the right bet here. Just saying, like, you know, we're gonna see who wins next episode. But anyway, no. Let's just get into the episode itself. You know, starting off the episode, it was, I think, kind of funny what Kazuma was doing, that he was just hunkering down under his little invention. That was neat, and just seeing how he would fight to the end to make sure he couldn't get out, I overall really enjoyed that. That was like a really nice little sequence. It's not the funniest sequence, but it's kind of entertaining. Anyway, it was really cool to find out exactly why he was under man, I don't remember the name of the table. But anyway, it was neat to find out that the reason he did that was because they went to Wiz's shop. And you know, when they went to Wiz's shop, I'm just there. I'm already in the perspective of, okay, I know something nice is gonna happen here. And once they start talking about what went down with Wiz's former comrade, how they had to kill him, and like how melancholy and just how dramatic they were, I knew, oh man, he's alive. He's totally alive. Veneer is totally on that door. And once they walked in, and that's actually what ended up happening, that was great. I like Veneer so much. I want to see him keep reading people's minds. I think that's so funny. I want to know what Darkness is really feeling about Kazuma. Even though in this episode, Kazuma's kind of like moving away from that ship because he's like reaffirming his love for Eris. But you know, whatever. Darkness can win him over. She's good. She's good. She can definitely win him over. But okay, my gushing aside for Veneer and just that whole little sequence and finding out that now Kazuma is working with Veneer for a money-making scheme, this episode was pretty much the start of a new arc. Although, for me, I couldn't really see any plot lines that are being established in this particular episode yet. If anything, from the way that Eris ends off the episode, I would say that maybe we're gonna get a few more interactions with Eris. I don't recall where I remember this bit of information from, but Eris says in this episode that she spends a lot of time on the surface, that she sneaks off and goes to the surface. I'm pretty sure I already have the spoiler of the true meaning of that, but I don't think it's been revealed in the anime. But I'm pretty sure I read up on it at some point. Regardless, I think it'd be interesting if we move in that direction and we just get a little bit more of Eris, maybe? Again, I haven't read the light novels, but I think that'd be a nice way to go. Still, the overall plot for this new novel hasn't been established yet, and you can really tell that this is a light novel, particularly in this one, because a lot of light novels, what they tend to do, especially comedy-based ones, they start a new novel, and the first chapter or the first couple of sequences are more dedicated to slice of life things, just things to like kind of ease the reader back into the characters, because the light novels release between every 6 months, so they restart the chapter, and you're seeing a segment of their home life, just reintroducing into the characters, and you can kind of see it in this episode, right? We start off at the house, just what the guys are doing, and then after that we segue into things that Kazuma has been doing on the side, and one of them is his whole gag with his katana. Now, personally, after seeing the way he could cause so much destruction, and it is played for laughs, if I really wanted that sword, all I would do is just slightly adjust it so it sits on my hip, right? Not behind my back. I think that's a relatively easy fix for the whole sword problem. But the punchline being that Kazuma reduced its size to something, I guess, especially manageable was kind of funny. And seeing that he couldn't lift the giant suit of armor was also kind of funny. Overall, I don't think this episode tried to be extremely hilarious. It was just a lot of really small things that would make you chuckle. And I chuckled quite a bit for this episode, especially at the end when he says that he'd be okay with Eris's padding. That's good. Good guy Kazuma. Anyway, let's not actually jump to the end because there's some other things to talk about. Once we get the cheesy mohawk guy saying that he might have just witnessed the birth of a hero and all the other shenanigans at the weapons store and going back to the guild to get the mission, I really liked the bravado that Kazuma was really putting out in this episode. But this episode did have a comedic theme that was happening. Every time that something serious went down, like every time the animation went into that more serious kind of frame, you could know that something funny was going to happen right after. It happened at the beginning with Veneer. It happened in the guild when Kazuma was being such a guy and just telling the girl to shut up and while he was talking, and then he got his sword name Chun Maru. I like that one, by the way. And then later on in the episode when we're actually in the plot line dealing with the lizards, how Kazuma looks really badass when he's taking the shot, and then immediately after he just has that horrible fall and he breaks his neck. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting that, and just seeing it happen and hearing the crack, that sent shivers up my spine. Poor guy. But with the whole guild mission, what that part of the episode really served to do is just remind us that Aqua is very, very dangerous, that she will jump to a conclusion very quickly and things will escalate from there. I think it's hilarious how she just started whining and crying and just stayed on her back to get trampled. That was even more Aqua than usual. That was just pathetic. It's funny how she's kind of conditioned now to know that if she messes up, she's just gonna have to take a beating. And that's unfortunate to some degree, but it's pretty funny to watch. And also seeing that what happened earlier in the episode when Kazuma drained Megumin, seeing that come back, I like that little callback to earlier in the episode. I like those little bits of continuity that happen. I think it makes things funnier. And finally, the whole Eris segment, I really just like what Kazuma ended up saying in that part where he realizes this is the girl for him yet again, that this is the girl that he wants, and he actively mentions sex appeal, that it's not about sex appeal, it's about being a nice person. And as a Darkness Kazuma fan, not the happiest thing I want to hear, not the best thing I want to hear, but I'll live with it. Kazuma deserves a break. Anyway, the whole sequence and the punchline at the end of the episode when Kazuma comes back to life because Megumin was drawing on him, and then seeing the way everyone was reacting, Darkness in particular, it was just a nice little way to cap off the episode. And also, again, Darkness, she's just adorable. I'm sure that she was very happy when Kazuma's towel fell off at the end. But guys, when you look at this episode, overall, structure-wise, there's just a bunch of different little segments. I mean, we have the house segment, we have the Veneer segment, we have the weapon shop segment, we have the guild segment, then we have the mission segment, and then the Eris segment, and then the close off to the episode. It's a pretty dynamic episode when we kind of look at scene transitions. If you compare the last episode was really more focused. We were in a dungeon for the majority of time. The episode before that, we were dealing with Darkness's problems at her house the majority of the time. The episode right before that, we were with Aqua dealing with problems in the dungeon again. So, there's a big difference when it comes to those episodes, and I think it ultimately does kind of show in the way that the humor can be executed, because we're not spending any time really building up the places where we are. We're just constantly moving. That every time we have a scene transition, the jokes are pretty much tied to that particular scene. So when it's an episode like this, it's just a lot of little bits coming together, and it's just setting up the new arc. I think just having a bunch of fun everywhere. And because of that, I don't think the jokes get enough time to ripen. They don't get enough time to really come in and be something pretty funny, but they more are just rapid fire. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. But that's just in terms of the structure of the episode itself. overall, it makes for an enjoyable episode, but I don't know. I kind of wish it was a bit more focused, that it could have stuck with one element and gone with it, but it's not like we get these episodes all the time, so I'm actually pretty okay with this. And again, I'm pretty happy that Veneer's back. I really want to see where we're going next. I want to see what's going to happen in the next episode. It seems that the episode's going to center a bit around Wiz and also Veneer. So that'll be cool. I'm still really excited to see exactly where we're going for this arc though. I assume we're in that new novel, and that new novel must have had a plot that carried it through. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let's leave it there. Leave any comments down below. Tell me what you thought of this my words. Tell me what you thought of this episode. And until next time, I hope you have a great day.